Hi everyone, it's Bethany from Beth and Books and welcome back to this book nook. Today I am coming at you guys with an interesting video, at least I hope it's interesting. I realised that this time last year I posted a video all about book series I want to finish. So the premise of this video, and there'll be chapters down below for you if you want to skip ahead, is that I'm going to react to this and see which series I have actually finished, and following that, having a quick reflection on the new round of book series that I still need to finish. So it's a mix between, have I actually gotten around to reading those books I said I wanted to read, and what's on my TBR series edition. Before I carry on with the video, please consider leaving a cheeky like and subscribe down below. It will really help a small growing booktuber out. The goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, and thank you so much to everyone who has already helped us grow to the size we are. That is a decent sized high school, so thank you so much. Alright, on with the video. So as you can see, I have my desk set up here, so I will insert the video I'm watching. Of course, I will link the original if you want to check it out, but it was a year ago, so it's probably old news by now. Alrighty, here we are, the series I want to finish, the top 10. So I haven't seen this, let me pause, I haven't seen this since I filmed it, so I genuinely do not know what's coming up. So let's have a look. I was so shy.
Today I'm going to be doing 10 series that I want to finish. Now, 6 of these are going to be series that I've read quite a decent amount through and are top of my list of priorities.
She's so small. I'm so loud now.
Finish. And then the last 4 are going to be series that are slightly more secondary, ones that I'm interested in finishing, but I really want to get to the first 6 beforehand.
Okay, I just skipped ahead past the intro.
I need to finish is Sarah J. Maas's A Throne of Glass.
I finished it, your girl finished it. In fact, I think I vlogged a lot of it, so I'll leave my vlog 2020 playlist up there. My final thoughts on this were that once I got over the book I was stuck on, which I think might have been Hair of Fire, I actually really loved the series to the point where I'm thinking of purchasing it and doing a reread.
To Tower of Dawn in the series, so I've only got 2 more books left to go.
Well, yeah, I remember Tower of Dawn being the one where we didn't follow, I've forgotten my other characters' names, but we didn't follow the original main character, Eilina? Yeah, okay, next.
The next series I want to finish is the Millennium Trilogy.
Your girl did it! I am so impressed, 2 for 2. I even found the books second-hand on a mix of Trade Me and second-hand books. If you're wondering my opinion, the first book's my favourite. Wait, it's the wrong way around. The first book's my favourite and the second and third books were fine, but I just really enjoyed the first book. And if anyone has any recommendations for books that are kind of like that series, please let me know down below in a comment. I have serious, like, what's it called? Book hangover after finishing that series.
By Stay Glass, and yes, trilogy. I do not count the other 3 that have been tacked on to this series.
I haven't read those 3 either.
I need to finish is Mary Lou's The Legend series. This was originally a trilogy. I didn't realise, but she's just announced that she's...
You can probably tell from my reaction. I haven't finished it. In fact, I've made no leeway since I filmed this video. I have completely forgotten about that series. I think what happened there, if I'm being honest, is it's a sci-fi dystopian one, right? And I do enjoy Lou's writing, but I read Warcross and then I started to read Wildcard and I actually DNF'd Wildcard, and so I think I haven't come back to her writing because of that DNF, but I should finish this. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's still on my Goodreads shelf.
The next series I really want to finish is the Archetype.
There she is! Yes! You'll notice I'm actually missing Scythe. That's because Jono, Finn, you need to read it so we can talk about it. I lent it to a friend. Again, first book and the last book were my favourites in the series. The second one wasn't as strong for me personally, but overall good enough that I've got them on my shelf.
I have not finished Cassandra Clare's The Multiple Instruments series. I have read book 1, and look, I have book 2 out from the library. I'm trying, guys, I'm trying.
Apologies in advance if you like this series. However, I actually remember DNFing that book. I got to reading it when we were in lockdown here in New Zealand, and I remember being in the bath and thinking, what is this? If I was a high schooler, I am sure that I would love this series, but I DNF'd it, and I do not intend to continue reading it. Lots of people have told me to try the Magnus Bane series, so I might get around to that one day. And I have read Cassandra Clare's The Clockwork trilogy, and I enjoyed that. But this, I do not like this series. I find it mundane.
And then the 6th series is one that I haven't seen.
So my 6th priority, because I said that I had 6 priorities, is
from book 2. It's called the Poison Study series, and it's written by Maria V. Snyder. I remember sitting down a couple of years ago and reading book 1 and book 2 like straight after.
Alright, this is a case of I couldn't find the physical copy at the library and then completely forgot about it. But weirdly, I actually remember a lot from the first 2 books. I don't know. I think this one might at this point be on the back burner, but Maria V. Snyder is an author I don't hear much about, and I really enjoy her writing style. If you're someone who is really into like YA fantasy, Throne of Glass, and want to go into like a more adult series, try this. I've often thought that this series, this Poison Study series, has a lot of similarities with Throne of Glass, to the point where it's suspicious. Because the Poison Study series came out beforehand. Anyway, what were my less 4 priority ones?
Creature in it. Your girl needs to finish that. The last 4. The last 4 are ones that I want to read. Third and priorities. So series number 7 is The Way with Children by Sheena.
Up to date. I'm up to date.
Quickly enough. Number 8, Shades of Magic by V.
I was scared this one was going to come up. I've read book 1, I haven't read the rest. However, you might have noticed behind me, I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue that I'm going to do a What the Hype episode on. So I'm going to read this one by her. That series is one I'm going to get round to, but I just haven't. I think I'm scared of all the hype around her writing because I thought the first book was fine, but it didn't blow me out the water like I expected to. In fact, this series is what inspired my What the Hype series, because I wanted to talk about books that were super hyped that maybe didn't meet my expectations. So I've got V. Schwab to thank for that creation, but not this series creation, because we'll see. I'll get to it one day.
Next series, number 9, The Folk of the Air by Holly Black. Now, if you have watched the vlog that I uploaded on Sunday, you'll see that I actually started reading the second book, which I have here.
What 2020 doesn't tell you, for fear of being called out by the lovers of this series, is that I really don't like this series. I have finished it. I put myself through it during quarantine because I had nothing better to do with my time. The annoying thing with this series is that, like, I still managed to finish it when there's other books out there, like that V. Schwab series, that I imagine I would enjoy so much better. I just haven't gone to it. But yeah, I read this. We'll never reread. Will never be on my shelf. And I don't think I'll ever pick up Holly Black. I know that's very extreme, but there's so many other books out there that I liked. No hate if you like it, by the way. I always want people to like books. Alright, so what's the last one?
To Me series by Tara Murphy. Now,
okay, one, I am low-key impressed with myself for finishing as many series as I set out to finish. And 2, yeah, I finished that series, and again, I think it was a case of high school me would have loved it a lot better than 24-year-old me enjoyed it. And this point, 23-year-old me, pink hair me, what a vibe, what a moment. So that's this part of the video done. Editing me will pop on the screen how many I got to and how many I need to finish. So, coming with me on a journey through Goodreads. Right now you can see my homepage. I always love Sandra's reviews. She's always so honest. And so down here I always have a series I need to finish shelf. So I don't think I'm going to necessarily go through what the books are about. I'm just going to show you them, and some of these series I have actually decided to stop reading. First of all, being the selection series, I read book 2 and really didn't like it, and I don't have any plans to continue on with the series, but I know it's really loved. Let me know if you guys think I should continue with it. Mentioned briefly the Wayward Children series earlier. I'm up to the Wayward, is it the one with green hills on it? I'm up to this one when it comes out, and then I will be up to date then. But right now, I'm up to date today. I'm up to date, like literally what the word means. I also want to finish the Hawk duology at the moment. The Faithless Hawk is a book I need to finish. I really loved The Merciless Crow, which I picked up to begin with due to Peru's project. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little series. I also want to finish the Serpent and Dove duology, so Blood and Honey is the second one. I remember posting my review for Serpent and Dove on my Instagram, and a couple of people just pointed out the perspective of how the people of colour in the book were treated. So I really want to read the second book to have that lens and to be more critical of books and learn. I've also been making steady progress in the Hannibal series. I have these 2 left. So I've read the first 2 in the Hannibal lecture series, and I have the Hannibal and the Hannibal Rising book left, which is 3 and 4. The Iron Fae is a series I remember starting at high school, and it's always just bugged me that I've never finished it, so that's on there too. Had the wrong book. This is a book I also own and have on my shelf, but I really want to finish the series of it. So it's The Sands of Arawia is book 2 in the series. I really loved this and need to get my hands on that second book. I also have this is a library copy, not my own, which is book 4 in the Ember and Ashes series. Now, I finished the 3 first books in the series quite a while ago, and I remember thinking it was really good, and then it went downhill for some reason, but I finally got around to picking up this installment from the library, so obviously it's in my read me basket. Something I want to get to. Another quite classic series I really want to finish is the Maze Runner series. I read book 1 cover to cover and I loved it. And I remember for the longest time not even knowing that it was the first in the series. As a kid, when I read it, I always thought that was it, and then I've reread it and realised it's a massive series. So that's on there for suresies. Another series, I don't know why it's taken me so long to finish, is the Nevernight series. So I've read book 1, I just happen to own this one, and I have read book 2, but I haven't read book 3, which is Dark Dawn. And then another one is the Books of Coali series. So these were both sent to me as an AG, and I really loved the first book, and the second book was sent to me, and this is sitting over on my TBR shelf, ready to be read. You might have noticed over on my shelf I have 2 of the Brandon Sanderson books in the, what's that actual series called? The Miss Bond series. I really want to read all of Sanderson's entire world, but for the sake of this video and my sanity, the first trilogy encompassing these guys, I think actually it's a 6-book series at this point. It's like 2 trilogies put together, but for my sanity I'm saying it's 1 trilogy and then a second trilogy. So this is the first trilogy. Trilogy. My mind is blowing up. The second book I have is the second one in the King Killer series, which again, another one I picked up thanks to Peru's project. The book is called The Wise Man's Fear, and I can't remember what the first book was called, but I remember really enjoying it. So now I want to read the rest of the series as it goes, as book reading goes. I'm not going to bother grabbing them off my shelf, but wrong way. Up there you can see my Game of Thrones series. George R.R. Martin has actually announced that the next book, is it the 6th? The 7th book in the original series is meant to be coming out this year, so I'm really excited for that. A book I just bought and that I want to read to finish the series is Akos. Fairy smut. I'm in it. I'm not in it. I want to read it. And just finishing this up with the last 3, you can just see there the Witcher series. I need to finish the Witcher series. I've read the 2 prequels and the first book, so I think there's 4 more books in the main series, and then like a sequel, an afterthought, like a... Yes. The Crown of Gilded Bones, I read the first 2 as a What the Hype episode, and I loved them, even though they were quite unmemorable, and I can't really remember why, but I loved them, so I really want to read the 3rd one. And then the last book for this video is The Bride Test, the 2nd book in the Kiss Quotient, the word I can never say, series, which I believe follows the first book's main love interest's little brother as he tries to find a wife. It's on my list. Alright, so here's a challenge to future me. Sorry guys, I'm not aggressively pointing at you. I'm aggressively pointing to future me. Let's respond to this video in a year and see how many of those series I read. Hang on, how many series was that? 21 book series. So let's see if future me has actually managed to read all of those series. But other than that, enjoy all the places you go in your own reading adventures. Leave me a comment if you think I should prioritise any particular book series that I've just mentioned, or start a new one. I'm always down to start a new one. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Spinning the wheel for my beautiful subscribers.
Alright, and those of you who want to see the wheel, here we go. Let me pop you down. Look. We're a bit lopsided, but it'll do. There is the colour. We needed to replace that. It is being replaced with an unfamiliar author. Okay. And here we go. Do you have any romance books on your TBR? Let me know what romance you're gonna read. Bye!